Hey Cancer, what's up? Kendrick from Providence Tarot, here to read your cards. Okay, so what we got here? We got two people, Cancer. We got the King of Rods, which is Leo. It could be Aries or Sagittarius. And we got the Knight of Swords, which could be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. So you're dealing with a fire sign and you're dealing with an air sign. You could even be dealing with an earth sign or a water sign, either one. But this is an air sign that could be a little bit stubborn, and this is a fire sign that is kind of emotional, right? And the Knight of Swords is almost kind of a little bit undependable, right? And what you say and kind of like the way that you think and how you sort of like just navigate the mental plane, right? It's a little bit unpredictable, but then it's like you're set in your ways and you have these expectations, but then I can't have these expectations of you. And this is kind of like getting in the way of certain things, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I want to be flexible with you, but it's kind of like, I'm going to have to tell you what I need to tell you and be real kind of with it. Happy birthday, by the way. And, maybe even let you know, because I've just kind of been like here, sitting it, maybe absorbing it, because it's 1/3 Taurus, right? It's how like the earth absorbs the energy, right? We can stand up and jump on it, it ain't moving, right? But it's kind of like chop. I'm chopping this down because like you need to hear this tree fall, right? And what does it sound like? Okay, that's how I feel. All right, that's what I've been dealing with, right? That's the weight of things for me. Okay, and then the King of Rods is like, well, I feel like this too, and but the King of Rods is almost kind of like, it's not even, they're not even thinking about how they're affecting other people, because they're just kind of like feeling what they're feeling and they're being impulsive based on that feeling. It's not like, how would the other person feel based, you know, with me acting like this or me doing like this or me behaving like this. You know, it's kind of like they're not thinking about how the other person feels. They're actually thinking about how they feel and what they want based on how they feel. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like they're set in their ways about like how they're acting or what they're doing. It's like they may have been doing this for a long time, or they could have just been doing this because, you know, of a need or a sense to control some sort of like situation, right? There is a sense of control here with the King of Rods, right? Whether they're probably being a little bit too controlling, right? In their ways or their actions, right? And the Knight of Swords is like out of control, okay? But they expect a lot. So, I don't know what that is. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at your cards. Okay, the Seven of Swords is talking about, you know, lies, right? And lies that lead to things sort of like being over, you're exhausted by the lies, perhaps. You know, what have I learned from this experience? You know, I want to move forward from this. I don't want to be thinking about the same thing or the same scenario. I want to gain some perspective. I want to gather some perspective here. I want to come to some sort of like solution about how we feel about each other and what we think about how we feel about each other and that type of thing. So people could be discussing their feelings, and they could also just be expressing the ways that they feel like they've been affected within a relationship. You know what I mean? Am I up or am I down? And kind of like how it's like responding to the ways that you have been affected, and like you're reacting based on how you have been affected, right? That type of thing, Cancer. And this is a 7, so it's related to the Chariot, and it's talking about, I just want to move forward. I don't need to know everything. I don't need to know the secrets, right? Because it's a moon, which is talking about hidden things in Aquarius. And Aquarius is talking about, you know, knowledge, right? So there could be hidden knowledge, and it's like there's a need for someone to feel like satisfied, okay? And you want to feel nurtured in knowing the truth, okay? Because that would probably make things better, okay? But someone's not telling the truth about something, I guess. Okay? With the Justice card being here. And it's dealing with Libra, Cancer, which squares you, okay? So, but it also could be Aquarius, because Uranus is the esoteric ruler of Libra. It could be a Pisces, right? That type of situation. So somebody could be lying in some kind of way. Somebody could be wanting a situation to be fair, definitely with the Justice card being here, with the Seven of Swords being there. It's kind of like we're trying to seek balance. We're trying to like get ourselves on the same page, on the same level. Someone might even be feeling like they can't communicate with someone, right? The way that they want to communicate with them. And it would be very important, okay? But yeah, it could also have something to do with children, or someone being kind of like childish in the ways that they like communicate, right? You know, someone could just be getting kind of like fed up with some kind of something, right? But let's go ahead and look at this other card here. And that's the Magician. Wow, so that's Mercury. And that talks about, you know, what am I saying? Am I telling the truth or am I being deceptive, right? With the Magician being here. And it's talking about the power of information, the power of truth as well. Definitely. With this being an 11 and then together that's a 2. The Judgment card is 20 and that is reduced to a 2 as well. So it's the power of information. It has to change things. Information can change things, honey, right? And then this is talking about somebody using information for their own purposes or power or as a tool. Information being used as a tool. It could be information being withheld as well, you know, definitely, in some kind of way. Or, you know, this is like the potential of something and the intention, right? What are someone's intentions? It's like, I don't really know what your intentions are, or you may not know what someone is unaware of someone's intentions, and someone might be keeping something to themselves, right? Or someone might have something up their sleeve in some kind of way. But I feel like you're already kind of like quite curious about it. It's almost like you know what someone is thinking, right? Or you're one step ahead of them in terms of like what they might be thinking. Yeah, right here as well. So let's go ahead and flip over these cards and see what's going on. Bam, and here you go. This is like intention, right? Someone could be intentionally be trying to motivate a feeling, right? Or you could be feeling motivated by a feeling that you are getting from the misunderstood things or the, you know, misunderstandings or the non-truths, right? You could be in disbelief of something, or someone can maybe be not leading you down the right path of knowing what the truth is. And the Ace of Cups is saying, you know, I'm aware of how I feel and that's the only truth that I need to know. And the Magician is kind of like supporting that as well. And so is the Justice card. Okay, because the Justice card is, you know, Libra ruled by Venus. Venus is exalted in Pisces. The High Priestess is also the first card that is a 2. And here it is looking like that with the Ace of Cups being here. Behind the Justice card, relationships, commitment, right? Tainted love. With this 5 of Cups being here, Cancer. And then it also talks about like how you feel about yourself. So this intimate relationship could be affecting the way that you feel about yourself. And you know, it's like your level of consciousness definitely needs to be changed. You need to be aware of how you really feel, right? So that you can move in the direction that you need to move into. It's almost like you need to also be you know, just be a little bit aware of where you do have the power and where you do have the control within this scenario, okay? Also, to make yourself feel better, because sulking and trying to look for ways for the situation to be different to make yourself feel better isn't going to happen. So it's kind of like you're losing control by trying to control something that's out of your control, you know? So just kind of like let it go, right? And I really mean that. And behind the Magician here is the 4 of Swords, which is Jupiter in Libra. And this is also directly related to the King of Swords, which is Aquarius. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, you could be dealing with a Libra, you could also be dealing with an Aries, or you could be dealing with someone with that type of energy, right? Or Sag, that type of thing. But the 4 of Swords is definitely like wanting space, desiring space, the power of distance, right? And it's kind of like distance is going to help you realize for yourself, see for yourself how you feel about something, right? How your feelings have changed, because the 4s are talking about the 4th house of feeling, right? Which is Cancer, you. And then the Swords are talking about changes that occur, right? For sure. And with it being Jupiter, it's like adapting to some changes that have occurred in your head, in your heart, in your gut, in your feeling, that type of thing. And it's like the 4s are also something finite. So this could be like you definitely making being truthful with yourself and making a decision about something. And there's a need for you to continue to do that and to be that. Okay, anyway, Cancer, thank you so much. If you like what you heard, book a reading with me. It's providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com. Also, follow me on YouTube and Instagram. It's Providence Tarot. My personal account is NYC Kendrick. Thank you.